Entertainment, as a form of relaxation, artistic expression, and cultural exchange, has become an integral part of modern life. Music and movies are two dominant mediums that shape global entertainment and influence societal values. For Muslims, however, engaging with these mediums often involves a careful negotiation of religious principles and contemporary realities. Indeed, the intersection of Islam and entertainment has long been a subject of scholarly debate and popular discussion, often oscillating between outright prohibition and conditional acceptance. Here in this episode, we examine the theological foundations, historical debates, and modern interpretations surrounding music and movies in Islam, ultimately offering a framework for halal entertainment in contemporary society. Entertainment has existed in various forms throughout Islamic history. Poetry, storytelling, and nasheeds, or Islamic vocal music, were celebrated forms of artistic expression during the time of the Prophet Muhammad. In fact, the Prophet himself appreciated poetry that conveyed wisdom and truth, as seen in his interactions with poets like Hassan ibn Thabit, who composed verses in defense of Islam. Specifically, music, as an art form, flourished during the Islamic Golden Age, that is between 8th to 14th centuries AD, particularly in regions like Andalusia and the Abbasid Caliphate. Scholars and musicians, such as Al-Farabi and Ziryab, contributed to the development of music theory and instruments. However, these cultural advancements often coexisted with debates over the permissibility of music. Cinema, as a modern art form, entered Muslim societies in the 20th century. Initially viewed with suspicion due to its potential to promote un-Islamic values, it gradually gained acceptance in some circles as filmmakers began producing content aligned with Islamic ethics. Countries like Iran, Egypt, and Turkey became hubs for Islamic-themed cinema, addressing moral dilemmas, historical narratives, and societal issues. Now talking about the theological perspectives on music in Islam. The Quran does not explicitly prohibit music, but contains verses that have been interpreted differently by scholars. For example, Quran in chapter 31, verse 6 states that, "And of mankind is he who purchases idle talks to mislead others from the path of Allah." Some scholars interpret idle talks here in this verse as a reference to music, while others argue it refers to frivolous speech or activities that distract from faith. Hadith, or sayings of Prophet Muhammad, as recorded in the book Sahih al-Bukhari, also present varying views on music. A commonly cited saying of Prophet Muhammad on music is that, "There will be among my followers people who will consider unlawful things as lawful, such as illegal sexual intercourse, the wearing of silk, drinking alcoholic drinks, and the use of musical instruments," recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari at serial 55 and 90. This has been interpreted as a prohibition of music. Conversely, other hadiths or sayings of Prophet describe instances where the use of musical instruments is allowed, such as the duff or a type of drum, during celebrations like weddings and Eid. Having that said, Islamic scholars have offered three primary positions on music. Number 1. Prohibitionist view or haram. Scholars like Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn Qayyim argued that music leads to moral corruption and distracts from worship. Number 2. Conditional permissibility. Many scholars, including Al-Ghazali, contended that music is permissible if it does not promote immorality or distract from religious obligations. Number 3. Permissibility or halal. A minority of scholars, especially in the Sufi tradition, embraced music as a means of spiritual elevation and connection to God. Equally, the theological perspectives on movies in Islam have been evaluated through the lens of principles regarding modesty, morality, and content. Core concerns include portrayal of immorality, such as depictions of explicit content, violence, or behavior contrary to Islamic values are often deemed haram or prohibited. Likewise, representations of inappropriate gender interactions and promoting ideologies contrary to Islam, such as atheism or materialism, are considered harmful. Nevertheless, some scholars advocating for halal cinema emphasize content that upholds moral values and promotes virtues like justice, compassion, and honesty, and educates and informs viewers about historical, social, or scientific topics. Having that said, Islamic-themed cinema has gained prominence, particularly in Iran and the Arab world. Films like The Message, 1976, and Muhammad, the Messenger of God, 2015, have been praised for their adherence to Islamic ethics, while narrating significant historical events. Therefore, the ethical framework for halal entertainment in Islam revolves around three things. Number one, content ethics. Entertainment must promote values that align with Islamic teachings, such as truth, justice, and respect for humanity. Number two, intent and purpose. The purpose of consuming entertainment should be relaxation or education, not indulgence in sinful behavior. Number three, moderation. Muslims are encouraged to balance leisure with spiritual and social responsibilities. Equally, the criteria for halal music includes that lyrics must avoid vulgarity, profanity, or content that promotes immorality. The type of instruments and their cultural context may influence permissibility, and the intent of the listener should be constructive, such as relaxation or inspiration. Notwithstanding, there are challenges in defining halal entertainment in Islam, because the diversity of Islamic schools of thought leads to differing opinions on what constitutes halal entertainment. For example, a movie deemed permissible in one cultural context may be controversial in another. Secondly, the global nature of media consumption exposes Muslims to diverse content, including un-Islamic values. Navigating this landscape requires critical thinking and adherence to Islamic principles. Thirdly, streaming platforms and social media have revolutionized access to entertainment, making it more difficult to regulate content. At the same time, these platforms offer opportunities to create and share halal content globally. Now, here comes the role of Muslim creators in shaping halal entertainment. Muslim artists, filmmakers, and musicians have a unique role in redefining entertainment that aligns with Islamic values. By producing creative, high-quality content, they can counter negative stereotypes about Islam and promote positive values. Examples of successful initiatives include Islamic nasheed artists. Musicians like Maher Zain and Sami Yusuf blend traditional Islamic themes with contemporary styles. Equally faith-based movies like Bilal, A New Breed of Hero, 2015, provide inspiring narratives grounded in Islamic ethics. As Islam continues to navigate the challenges of modernity, its principles offer timeless guidance for shaping a balanced and ethical approach to entertainment. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe to our channel, Sociopedia.